Hello lovelies. Oh, I need this sit down. How are you? I hope you're well. I am my day carrying on from the last video you saw when I was out in the garden. Like 3.5 hours or so out there. I've come back in. I'm going to make my lunch in a second. But I wanted to make a quick video from the kitchen table. I'll try and keep it quick. I massively need to replenish. Yes. Oh, actually, just getting cut. I was going to say I'm getting comfy on my chair. I don't think you can see it. No, you can't see it. I'll show you another day. I finally found a lovely pair of Edwardian kitchen chairs. Really solid. They're beech and elm. Really solid. And I'm delighted because, well, two of my, what I used to use as kitchen chairs, they're now garden chairs. So obviously when Richard and Paul were here, I brought them back in to use. And they've now gone back to the garden. But this coming week, I have more visitors. Yay! I'm so looking forward. Yeah, so with more visitors coming, I don't want to be taking the chairs in and out, in and out, in and out all the time. I wanted to have permanent kitchen chairs. Let me see if I can. I'm going to stand up and show you that because I'm talking about them. They're very, very, very simple. Beautiful little, nice little turn on the top there. Elm seat because elm doesn't split. Beech for the rest of it. Gorgeous. And they're sort of late Victorian, early Edwardian, so they are perfect for the period of property. More than that, they're solid. So, yes, good chairs. Also, randomly, just while I was in the garden, this is how my brain works. I was just stood still a minute and I was looking at a wood pigeon on the sort of gable end of someone's roof and it was having a right good scratch. And I was thinking, oh, he's scratching or she's scratching right into that ear. Okay, so this is how my brain works. So it's having a scratch, I get back to work. And I suddenly think to myself, I don't know anything about the anatomy of birds' ears. So I know all about the cloaca, which is, look up cloaca. It's kind of one tube, does everything. But I suddenly thought, I don't know anything about their ears and how, you know, because obviously birds are covered in feathers, so we don't get to see what they look like in the flesh, as it were. So as I was working in the garden, I thought, right, mental note, Vivi, tonight when you finish doing everything else, you're allowed 5 minutes on the computer to look up bird's ear anatomy. But that's how you learn, isn't it? That's how you learn. You see something and you think, I don't understand it, or I don't know what it is, or I don't understand how it works, for example. So you find a book, or we mostly go online these days, don't we? You look it up, you read a bit, and you think, oh, okay, I've learnt something new today. So I'm going to be learning about birds' ears later on. Never mind birds' ears. Right, so having mentioned I've got more visitors coming this week, and then more visitors booked in for the beginning of July. I've got visitors booked in for the end of August. It's going to be non-stop and I love it. It makes me think of Richard and Paul because they were last here, and I mentioned that thing I was waiting in for. But just before I show you what I was waiting in for that visit they've just had, that was their first visit here, they left me with this really sweet little card just to say thank you for having them. They didn't need to, but it's so lovely, and I thought that's so cute. Now, you know that I always like to look at the artist and find out who the artist is and what the title of the piece of art is called. Well, this one just says The Blob Cat Collection. It's sweet as pie, isn't it? And then I looked and I suddenly thought, oh my goodness, of course. So it's by an artist called Sophie Stock. There's her details. Sophie Stock Art, and there's her website. And it just so happens that Sophie Stock, she does animal art, prints, all sorts, but it's sort of mostly sort of pets, so that's dogs and cats. Is she particularly a cat person? I'm not sure. But yeah, I think she does, I mean, she's a fine artist. She does pet portraits on commission. Thing is, she's Richard's niece. Yay, family connection. So quite often Sophie stays with them when she's got exhibitions and shows and things in London, so she'll stay with them. So that makes it extra special. They didn't need to leave me a card. They did. That's very special of them. But it's a Sophie stock card. That's great. Check her out. For their previous visit, you know by now I don't drink tea or coffee, so I thought, oh, I need to get some tea in for the chaps. So of course I went with Dorset Tea. I've never drunk the regular tea, but they do all sorts of herbal teas as well. And in fact, I bought some the last time I was down, when I was down house hunting last September. I bought their peppermint one, mint one. I think there might be a combination of mints in it. It's really lovely. So I picked them up a box of Dorset tea. I couldn't find any Dorset coffee. We don't grow coffee beans in Purbeck. But anyway, so that was nice to sort of greet them with, to let them know, yeah, you really are in a different place now. A magical place. I didn't know that, I know Paul at least, I'm not sure if Richard does, but I didn't know about them having honey in their tea. So they brought their own honey, bless them, because they know I've gone sugar-free, I don't have it. So I thought for their next visit, and for anyone else who wants to sweeten their tea, I'd better get in some honey. So this is what I was waiting for, well, today, but that previous garden video. It's a company called Be Mine, and it's Purbeck, you see, honey from the Isle of Purbeck, so it's dead local. So, and a sweet little note with the order from the bees and Sonia. So if you have a look online, it's, how did I find them? I think I just Googled Purbeck honey producers, or honey of Purbeck or something, but yeah, have a look at Be Mine. Beautiful raw Dorset honey from the Isle of Purbeck. So that's ready and waiting for them. Or for anyone who visits and who takes a little bit of honey in their tea. Yay! I've got a thank you to say. I'm determined to make this a quickie. Oh, wriggle bottom. Before I come on to my thank you, well, it's a continuation of a thank you. Let me just, I can't find them where I've got the other two. I think they're still packed. I've still got some stuff packed. The Frida videos, and now all of these turned up. A couple would get, well, they've all been gifts, but some have turned up without anybody's name, so I didn't know who to thank, and I still don't. But if you remember, I bought one at a charity shop and it didn't work. Then I bought another, and then subsequently 3 more have arrived. So in total I've had 5 copies. None, oh, that's my note to self, none of them have worked. Not a single one of them. Now, please don't rush out to buy me a copy of this to send it. I wonder if the whole production was hinky in some way, because literally 5 attempts to watch Frida, all of them would not play. One of them I couldn't even get past choosing the language I wanted to see it in, but all of the rest I got to the play, you know, play the film rather than doing the scenes and the producer's chat and the interview, all that kind of stuff. Just play, would not play. And I know my machine isn't broken because if you remember, lovely Claire Mittens sent me the Fisherman's Friend DVD, which I watched a couple of weeks ago. She also sent me this, which, because Frida wouldn't work, I'd settled in for a DVD because I wanted to relax, I wanted to turn off from work and not think about the house and all that kind of stuff. So I went and grabbed the 100-foot journey, which I mentioned, I'd seen it before, but not for a couple of years or so. Oh, and it was well worth a revisit. Really lovely film. If you haven't seen it, it's a very sweet, charming film. There's some tough stuff. There's a little undercurrent of tough stuff because one of the family, the main family in it, they are Indian. I think they come from Mumbai. They end up in France. And the basic premise is Helen Mirren's character is very cold, aloof, quite stuck up. She runs a restaurant. It's a 1 Michelin star restaurant. This family bowl up and they open the restaurant on the opposite side of the road, and it's kind of noisy and chaotic and all those wonderful, wonderful flavours, and literally flavours they've brought from Mumbai. They flee, and all they have is a case full of spices, pretty much. So that's it. The two restaurants are at war, and yeah, it's cute, it's charming. The four main actors in it, we've got Helen Mirren, we've got Om Puri, who plays the father. What's his name? Is it Mishra Dayal? What's his name? Mishra Dayal? I'm saying it. What is it? Oh, Manish. Manish Dayal and Charlotte Le Bon are the two younger characters. They're all fabulous. All the actors are fabulous. I think the two women in particular are wonderful. Helen Mirren in this, I sometimes find her a bit like, oh, I'm not sure, I don't like her, whatever. I mean, she's obviously a really fine actor. In this, it's the perfect role for her. She's utterly believable as that really sort of straight-laced, wound far too tight, uber chic French woman. So sophisticated, looks down her nose at everyone and everything else, runs her restaurant with a kind of rod of iron almost. They're all at war. Can they all melt each other? It's a feel-good film. But obviously at the heart of it is cooking, and there are so many times watching it I'm going to salivate. It's so lovely. Actually, one of my favourite scenes is right towards the beginning when the family arrive in this particular region of France. I don't think I mentioned it's set in France. Helen Mirren is playing a French woman. They arrive in this village, their car breaks down, essentially. And the Charlotte Le Bon's character, we don't know it at the time, she's a chef at the snooty place. But she sort of says to the guys, oh, you know, it's pouring with rain, they can't get a mechanic for hours and hours, come into my home. And she brings out this tray, this huge tray, and puts it on the table, and all of the family, their eyes light up, and they're silent for a moment, they're just looking at this feast, this beautiful feast. And they say to her, oh my goodness, this meal is too much, where's this come from? And she very casually says, oh, it's all cold from my pantry, you know, it's leftover cold food. But it turns out it's tomatoes from her garden, mushrooms from her river walk, cheese made by the cows in the back of her garden. What else? Well, the bread that she'd made earlier that day herself. And it it signifies what this film is going to be. It's about that kind of love for food, but choosing really simple but really beautiful ingredients. And that's what appeals to me with food and with cooking. It's not about making fancy pants plates with curlews and drizzles and dabs and drips and what. It's just that really good, humble ingredients, but putting them together to make them beautiful. Loved it. Simple, tasty, humble food. Love it. Segue, and I didn't mean to. I'm segueing into France again, or I'm staying in France. Oh, just before I get to France, this really cute card. This was from Marianne. It's Peter Adderley, an established British artist known for his paintings, limited edition prints and sculptures. He lives and works from his North Devon studio overlooking the sea. Obviously he does. Thank you, sweetie. It's just it's a saw this and thought of you moment, but I really appreciated it. Thank you. It's sitting out for a little while because it's so jolly. It's like me in my wetsuit. Right, yes. Oh, back to France. Well, first of all, back to Christmas. And I'm kicking myself. I'm kicking the tripod too. Segway City today. I thought there was a name, or that I'd written a name, and there isn't, and I didn't. somebody at Christmas time sent me this gift card, and it says, "You'll recognise your writing, dear Vivi, 10 quid for you." So it's a gift card, but it can be spent in all, like, there are so many different shops that are part of this scheme. And I noticed at the time, and I nearly let the cat out of the bag about where I was moving to, because it was still a secret. Nearly let the cat out of the bag, because I knew I was moving to Swanage, and I know there's a WH Smith's in Swanage, and I love stationery. I did say at the time, oh, I'm going to save it and go to a WH Smith's to spend it on stationery. So nearly, but I'd had to edit it out. Anyway, there's no name on it. I thought there was, I thought I'd written it or that you'd written, so I can't remember who it was, and I feel awful for that. But what I wanted to say today is thank you, because I've spent it. And now, fortunately, my shopping, I've literally just got this a couple of days ago, my shopping this week was really, really low. I'm well stocked up, so I didn't need to buy much. So I had some change in my purse too. And I'm really glad, because I went into WH Smith's, and the thing I found and the thing I purchased cost quite a bit more than 10 quid, but I was happy to put some extra to it. I went and looked at in the stationery section, notebooks, jotter pads, notepads. I love all that kind of stuff and use that kind of stuff. Quite often, so for example, this one, let me just show you. More often than not, well, for years, I've curbed my spending with stationery, and now I just pick things up in charity shops. So this is a nice big one. You can get a good big list on that, and then once that list is done, I turn it over and use the other side, of course. And I think I probably would have picked that up for about £1. But going into WH Smith's, and it shows how out of touch I am with shopping in general. Like, pads like this, I mean, it says shopping list, I would use it for anything. They were sort of £8 or £9. I thought, that's mad. Really mad. The cheapest one like this was about 6 quid. I was really shocked. Maybe WH Smith's have gone too expensive, and maybe they need, well, it's a small WH Smith's here in Swanage. Maybe if you're at a big one, there's more range, so there's more of the budget stuff. So budget end, nice stuff, and then really posh. You know, 3 sort of price points. But anyway, I was humming and hawing and thinking, I don't know if I'm going to get something even for a tenner. A couple of the pads I looked at were £14, £15 notebooks. So I thought, okay, just have a wander around, see what else. Don't be getting upset and disappointed. And then I spied this out of the corner of my eye. And I'm not kidding, I went, oh, oh, went racing over there, because I spied, yes, it's the Tour de France official guide. I've done an accident though. I didn't see that at the top it said premium edition. So I went to pay, so I gave him my gift card. Thank you, please tell me who you are. Thank you so much. And then he asked for another 8 quid. I was like, what? Because it's normally £11 or £12. I thought, crikey, it shot up. But you know what? I'm happy to pay it because, or my share of it, or whatever, because I get so much enjoyment from it. I get a huge amount of enjoyment from it. So much that I'm always a bit depressed and bereft after it finishes. Anyway, so put it in my backpack, carried on because I was doing errands. And it wasn't until I got home and I thought, oh, I'm going to have a sneaky look, just a really sneaky, quick look, because it's not till the 5th of July. I couldn't resist, and I thought, oh, it's really good freebies this year. And that's when I clocked, it's the premium. So normally, every year, what I get in my official pack is, I get the magazine, which is great, but it's not just a magazine, it's so detailed. I've shown you these before. Where's my maps? It's that's each day gets a page like that. So it's a really detailed map of the stage and all the ups and downs, the hills, and where all the points races are. There's a lot in here, a lot in here. Oh, I've gone to the Tour de Femme. That's the women's bits. So yeah, it's absolutely packed. And I love maps. Anyone who's been watching me for a while will know I'm absolutely nuts about maps. So for me, this is just uber joy. Maps and sport, are you kidding me? And it's one of my favourite sports. One of my absolute favourite sports is road cycling. So that's in this one, and it's in the normal pack that I get. Then I've got my big fold out map. Great, it's two-sided, one for the boys, one for the girls. That's normal. This, oh yes, they started doing this recently, so they do a little collection, like a little album of classic photos from down the years. And then what I normally get, and here's my ones from last year, is beer mats, just cardboard. We've got Vinegar, who have we got? I'm upside down, Philipson, Ciccone. So yeah, my little coaster, my little beer mats, the cardboard ones. Oh, not when you get the premium pack. We're posh. I'm not going to open them properly, but in here are 3. They're proper little coasters. They're meant to look like this. The theme is mountain stages. Proper coasters. Hello, they're staying in the kitchen to protect my oak table. Chuffed. So please tell me who you are, because I've got Tour de France mountain stage coasters from you for Christmas. Thank you. Not only, but also I might need to have some scissors to snip so you can see them. Got a pair of. Hold on, I'm going to get a pair of scissors. Wait for it. I've got. These are brilliant. It's a pair of socks, but what does everybody shout? Hang on, I'm going to put my hand in so you can see. So this is going to be on the back of my ankle. Anyone walking behind me will see it. Allez, allez! And I was laughing about it as well, because I was saying this to one of my new local friends. I work in the bay window in the front room, and until now it's been quite chilly, so the window's been closed, but the other day I had all the windows open, and whenever I see a cyclist, because my road, I mean, it's like that, I'm not exaggerating, like that, yeah. Whenever I see a cyclist go past, if I see them struggling, the electric bike people struggle as well, but if I see a proper push bike and they're struggling, I sit there and I shout, allez, allez, allez! Like I'm watching the Tour de France. Anyway, the other morning or afternoon, I had the windows open, I went, allez, allez! And they I was like, oh, sorry, go on. Anyway, so I thought, how perfect, a pair of socks with one of my favourite phrases on, allez, allez. Honestly, the amount, thank you. The amount of pleasure that I will have from the tour this year, from, getting into my stats and my maps, I love all that stuff, but then the fact that I've got my mountain coasters and a fab pair of socks, well, I think someone's going to be Little Miss Premium Edition every year from now on. Save up for it. It's worth it, isn't it? It's kind of like a birthday present to myself. Brilliant. Anyway, just a quickie to catch you up. Ooh, don't drop it, Vivi. Yes, Purbeck Honey. Check out Be Mine. Have a little look at 100 Foot Journey if you've not seen it before. If you like foodie films, it's quite romantic and gentle and feel good. And great cast, absolutely fab cast, give it a go. And for any of those of you who are nuts about the cycling, get excited with me because it's not long now. Aye. Alright lovelies, I will see you all again really soon. I don't know for what, but I'll see you in a couple of days' time. So until then, please look after yourselves, be excited about things in life. Let yourself be excited. Until the next time, cheerio.